Hey guys, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a cool little kitty cat themed game and a new expansion called Affectionate, Cats and Cuddles, and the expansion, Treat Time. Affectionate Cats and Cuddles is a 2 to 5 player game where players are trying to be the cutest cat in the house, trying to earn cuddles from the master, trying to not be bad, to have to give their cuddles back, and they're also trying to be a little silly, trying to get these tokens that are going to help them re-roll their dice so they can be more cuddly. That's a quick overview, so let's just go down to the table and see how it plays. Alright, so here is Affectionate Cats and Cuddles with the Treat Time expansion set up for a 3-player game. To set up, you're going to give each player one of the little cat tokens, which these are all prototypes, so they could look different later. But there's a yellow one, a white one. I said those two backwards, but there's white and yellow, blue. There's also red and gray, which I'm not playing with right now. You're going to give each player 2 dice that match their color. The dice look like this. They have a human side, they have a little heart, and they have a cat paw. Each player is going to get a cat mat, which is going to look like this. It's going to have a name of the cat, a picture of a cat, and then 2 little spaces for dice and a cat token. And each player is going to start out with 1 cuddle token, which looks like this, a little heart. There's also a human die, which is right here. It has sad faces and happy faces. There'll be a cat action sheet, which looks like this. This is from the base game, and it's also used in Treat Time. And there'll be some Treat Time actions, which are right here. And there'll be some silly tokens, which are these cool little cats, which are going to let you, or these cool little mice, which are going to let you re-roll dice if you have a few of them. And there'll be a cat token that you're trying to win. In Treat Time, we're also going to use a cat token as the actual player marker. So just know that this player doesn't actually have a cat token. If they have one, it'll be down below for this scenario. All right. So on a turn of Affectionate Cats and Cuddles, Treat Time, everyone's going to roll their dice. So we'll roll the dice. I'll bring them down here so you guys can see the dice. So this is the roll that happened. So each player, going with clockwise order, is going to take one of their own dice and put it on their cat mat. So this player, the white player, is going to take the heart. The heart is usually good, so they want to take that and get a good start. The yellow player, they have 2 humans, so they'll take a human. And the blue player will do the same. You have to take one of your own die in this face. Alright. Then, next, going in counterclockwise order, then in clockwise order still, you're going to take another die. It can be your own color, or it can be someone else's color. So this player is going to take a yellow. So when you take another person's cat die, they're going to get a silly token. So yellow now has a silly token that they can use for some rerolls. Yellow is going to take blue. So blue gets a silly token. And blue is going to take whites. So white gets a silly token. Alright. Then, in reverse turn order, so starting with blue, everyone's going to place their cat pawn on one of the spaces, and they're going to get to take the action of those dice. So I'll explain the actions once everybody picks. So blue is going to take this one, because that's the best one. Yellow is going to take this one, and white is stuck with this one. Alright, so then we're going to start with the actions. So, a couple ways that actions work. Before you take the action, you can cash in silly tokens to reroll. 2 silly tokens will let you reroll your dice. 3 silly tokens, you can make someone else reroll. But no one has 2, so we can't do that. So the actions that you can do are right here. So this player has a human and a heart. So we'll look on human and a heart. That's going to take 1 cuddle from the center. So we go up here, we take a cuddle, and we put it down here in our supply. So this player is 1 step closer to winning. The game ends when all the cuddle tokens are gone. Whoever has most cuddle tokens gets the cat. And you're going to play over a series of rounds. It says in the rule book 1 or 3. So 3 rounds, whoever has the most cuddle tokens or most cat tokens is the winner. Next is going to be the yellow player. So they have 2 humans. So the 2 human faces you can see on here, it's going to let you roll a human die. And if you get a happy face, you get to take 2 cuddle tokens from anywhere, so it can be from the center or another player. If you roll a sad face, you have to give a cuddle token to another player. So they're going to roll. And they got a happy face. They're going to be nice. They're not going to take them from people. They're going to take them from the middle. So they get 2 cuddle tokens. Then this player, this is the worst thing you can roll. So the human and the cat paw means you have to give a cuddle token back to the center. So that's no good. So they got hosed since they had to get last pick. All right, so that's that. This goes over here. Everybody will get their correct color back. And this player is the active player. And then we'll roll the dice again. So let's see what happens. We're going to go through a whole round so we can see maybe some more actions. All right, so here's white. Here's blue. Here's yellow. All right, so each player is going to pick one of their own dice. So yellow is going to pick this one. Blue is going to pick that one. And white is going to pick the human. So starting with white, because it's reverse turn order now, they get to pick another one. So they're going to go ahead and pick. They want to pick this one because it's the best one. So blue gets a silly token because they took their die. Then it's blue's turn. Doesn't matter what they take. It's going to be the same outcome. So they'll go ahead and take white's die. So white gets a silly token. And then yellow will get their own die. All right. So then I did that backwards. That should have been in turn order. Sorry. This part's in reverse turn order. So white would be first. They get to select which one they would like to go to. So they're going to pick this one. No, they're not going to pick that one. They're actually going to pick, they're going to pick their own. So they'll go here. Then blue, it doesn't matter. They're the same. So everybody's going to pick their own this time. All right. Then we're going to resolve. So starting with this player, they're going to take, it's a cat paw and a heart. That's going to let them take 1 silly token from the center. And you can only ever have a maximum of 3 silly tokens. So yellow has 2 silly tokens. Blue has the same action, so they're going to get another silly token. So now they're done with silly tokens. They can no longer take any more. And then we'll go to white. White has the humans, so they're going to roll the human die, see what happens. They get the frowny face, so that means give a cuddle token to another player. So they will give one to this player since they don't have one. All right, and that's the end of that round. So everyone will put their pieces back. This passes to the next player. Then we'll roll the dice. All right, so yellow, white, and blue. All right, so starting with blue, they're going to take a heart. White's going to take a heart. Yellow's going to take a heart. Then in turn order, blue's going to take a person, so they'll take their own die. White's going to take this yellow one, and that's going to give white this one. So white gives a silly token to here, and yellow gives a silly token to here. All right, so then in reverse turn order, starting with white, they get to pick one that they want to use. So they're going to go ahead and use their own. Yellow's going to pick blue, and blue is going to pick that. All right, and then turn order is blue. We'll start over here. Actually, it's blue. This is blue. So blue is going to get... this doesn't really matter, I don't think. So we'll just start over here. They actually want to they're going to use that dice, I guess. So that is a human and a heart. So you can look on here. A human and a heart is going to let you gain 1 cuddle token from the center. So we'll take a cuddle token for blue. So they get a... oh, that's yellow. Sorry. So yellow gets that. And then it'll go to white. So white has the same. So they get to take a cuddle token. And then blue, they have a silly token, but they're maxed out on silly tokens. So before they do that, they're actually going to spend 2 silly tokens. And they're going to re-roll to see what they get. And then whatever they get, they're stuck with. And they got the same thing. So they get a silly token. Hope I took this from the wrong person. Oops. Those are yellows. These are blues. So they get one of them back because they rolled the silly token result. So then take this back. Cat token passes. All right, so heart and a human, heart and a paw, heart and a human. All right, so starting with white, they're going to take the heart. Yellow is going to take the heart, and blue is going to take the heart. And then starting with white again, they're going to take their own die. Yellow is going to take their own die, and blue gets stuck with that one. All right, so in reverse turn order, starting with blue, they get to mark something, so they're going to go ahead and snag yellows because they're winning. Then yellow is going to take this one, and white gets stuck with that one. All right, so then we'll start over here. So yellow will take a cuddle token. Blue will take a cuddle token. And white will take a silly token. And they cannot. And you're going to keep playing like that until all these are gone. Whoever has the most gets the cat. And that is how you play Affectionate Cats and Cuddles. Let's go up to the top, see what we think about it. All right, so that was Affectionate Cats and Cuddles and Treat Time. So what you saw on the playthrough was the game plus the expansion. I didn't show what the base game does, but essentially what the base game is, it doesn't have the little cat tokens, so these guys. Whoops. These guys. It doesn't have these little mats. It's just, you're going to roll these dice, and you're going to collect tokens based on the die rolls. That's it. That's all the base game does. So the expansion adds the cat tokens, the player mat, and it adds the worker placement powers. And it just gives it, you know, jazzes it up a little bit from the old game. This is a fun little game. I enjoy it. It's just nice to roll some dice and collect some stuff. I always like rolling dice and collecting things. So whenever I have a game that does that, I'm in. And cats are cool. I have a couple cats of my own. So the theme is nice. The bits are really nice too. Like these little mice tokens, the silly tokens, are really nice. These little cat tokens for the points are really nice, and the cuddle tokens are really nice little hearts right here. So yeah, everything production is really good. I don't know if these are going to be, these are just like some paper, some pieces of paper. I don't know if they're going to be better, and these are 3D printed, so chances are these will probably be wooden or something. But everything else, all the bits are awesome. The rules are really clear and easy to understand. It's an easy game. You can play this. I could probably play this with my 7-year-old and 4-year-old. It's that easy. Say, hey, roll these dice, and then I'll tell you what happens. And you're just trying to collect hearts. I can tell them that. It's easy to teach, easy to play. It takes about 20 minutes. It's not long at all. The thing that's surprising to me though is it is kind of take thatty for a little, a little light family filler game. So just keep that in mind. If people get up in arms about people stealing their things, there is a little bit of that in this game. It's not terrible because, again, you're at the mercy of your dice. And with the treat time, you can kind of mitigate that by using silly tokens, picking a mat that is not that if you're not into that. But just know that it's there, and it does affect the game a little. It's not a ton. It's so fast that it doesn't really matter. But if you don't like it at all, it's in there. So yeah, that is Affectionate Cats and Cuddles with Treat Time. And if you like it, it's going to be on Kickstarter here soon. I don't know when exactly, but there'll be a link in the description when it goes live. And if you enjoyed this video, check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/boardgamemechanics. You'll see videos from me, Katie, Joel, and Kim. We also have an audio podcast that you can check out at bgmechanics.com. We are on Facebook at facebook.com/theboardgamemechanics. We're on Twitter at bgmex and Instagram at boardgamemechanics. So yeah, I'm Jason from the Board Game Mechanics, and keep gaming.